Hello everyone, I'm D, welcome to 24 Frames, and let me start by saying this. I hate the Michael Bay Transformers movies. Okay, if I'm being totally fair, I hate Transformers 1 and 2. I haven't seen the third one. Why would I? I hate Transformers 1 and 2. I hate the cluttered mess that is the Autobot designs. I hate that I can't tell any of the Decepticons apart. I hate Sam Witwicky with the fiery fury of 1,000 exploding suns. Stupid, selfish, weak, entitled piece of crap. And I hate the script. I then found out later that not only did this screenwriting pair create Star Trek Into Darkness, another film I absolutely hate, but they were also the executive producers on a Transformers cartoon series, Transformers Prime. So, the crew that gave me this...
Bumblebee, stop lubricating the man.
...are in charge of a Transformers television show. Ugh. Okay, you know what? Give every show at least 5 episodes to either catch you or lose you, so 5 episodes, let's get this over with. Transformers Prime is freaking awesome! Originally airing on November 29, 2010 on the Hub channel, this show is just awesome. Well animated, well written, great characters, solid action scenes. I was legitimately surprised by how into this series I am. The animation for the series is done by a Japanese CG studio called Polygon Pictures, who have also worked on Tron Uprising, cutscenes for Lollipop Chainsaw, and the Clone Wars series. They do great work. This series looks fantastic. The texture work, the character designs, the action scenes, the animation, the battle scarring. When the Transformers take a hit, you feel it, and it shows. Some of these fight scenes, the Autobots come out of it looking beat up. That is some quality work. Okay, if you've seen a Transformers anything, you know the basic setup. Autobots versus Decepticons, war on Cybertron, come to Earth fighting over Energon, which is a power source. Optimus Prime leads the Autobots against Megatron, who leads the Decepticons. Pretty standard stuff. So what helps to distinguish this Transformers series from previous ones? I would say arguably the character arcs. Almost every character in this series goes through a pretty substantial character arc of some kind, with the arguable exception of Soundwave, and that's because Soundwave is awesome personified right out the gate. Surprisingly, I think the character with the most interesting character arc is actually Starscream. And it's not a villain into hero arc, it's a villain into a different type of villain story arc. Of all the Transformers characters who have been carried over, I think Starscream might have been given the most of an upgrade. I mean, yeah, he's still the butt-kissing, simpering second in command, but unlike the original Starscream, who was, well, a joke, this Starscream is genuinely threatening. In fact, the first thing he does in the series is kill an Autobot.
Any more questions?
And that's kind of the tone of this series. It is a much darker, war is hell take on the Transformers mythos. Everyone here suffers to some degree. Some more than others, some much more permanently. But no one comes out of this completely unscratched. The series does have that same flaw that a lot of computer animated TV series have, in that everything feels kind of barren and empty. And no, I'm not talking about the canyons and wide open spaces they fight in, but the city feels kind of empty save for the 1 or 2 odd people that show up for speaking lines. This is just kind of a given with television animation, but it just seems more noticeable with CG. But the thing is, the human characters who are part of the team only live maybe an hour or 2 away from the Autobots' base, and they occasionally do fight in that area, so the people in Jasper have to at least notice the lasers and explosions, right? What do they think is going on over there? I wonder who keeps having all these laser light shows in the canyon. Damn good pyrotechnics, whoever they are. And speaking of the human characters, they're all very well handled as well. All of them, even Jack, our new Sam Witwicky character. Actually, that's not fair. Jack is actually useful. Although I'm gonna be honest, I do not like his design. It's very unexpressive. Which is odd because every other human character is extremely expressive. I mean, even Optimus is more expressive than Jack is, and Optimus is by his nature stoic as hell. Granted, the human characters aren't the focus, but that doesn't mean that they're completely irrelevant either. They're given a lot to do and are actually very helpful in a lot of regards. They even save the Autobots a couple of times and take out a few villains too. And now, because I never get tired of this scene, Starscream being beaten up by a human girl.
You, didn't it?
As I said before, what makes this series work is its strong character arcs. And what makes strong character arcs work is strong characters. Even the Decepticons are fully realized. They aren't exactly good guys, but they do have their own code of ethics and a surprisingly strong code of honor.
Guy Quake serves only one master.
Well, some of them do.
Everyone believes you are deceased. Who am I to disappoint them?
So the Decepticons are all well characterized, and the Autobots are just as well characterized, each one of them carrying scars that they've acquired over a centuries-long campaign. The only one who's a little stiff is Optimus, and even he's not without character. And come on, even if he was just a one-note goody-goody leader, it's Optimus frickin' Prime, so he'd still be awesome. Oh, interesting side note, both Optimus and Megatron are voiced by their original voice actors from the original series, so this series gets nostalgia points. Transformers Prime completed its run after a respectable 3 seasons and 1 movie, but it's now all available to view on Blu-ray, DVD, and it's currently streaming on Netflix, so there is zero excuse not to check this out for yourself. So if, like me, you can't get your Transformers fix through the movies, this is the perfect way to do it. Seriously, I refuse to watch 3, and for me to even consider looking at Transformers 4, they're gonna have to do something pretty damn awesome in it. Optimus Prime with a sword and shield riding on a fire-breathing Dinobot. Huh. I'm D, this has been 24 Frames, and if you'll excuse me, I gotta go buy a ticket for Transformers 4.